was homeschooled through. I was homeschooled starting out with the 5th grade through graduation of high school, and so was my brother. Well, my mom, she pulled me and my brother out of public school because when I was at the end of 4th grade, I was taking a test to go on to the 5th grade. I had A's, high grades, highest of all my, sort of up in the highs of all my classes for every other subject except reading comprehension because of a physical disability with my eyes. So they were going to hold me back because I had 1 point off on my reading comprehension, but pretty much A's in the rest of the subjects. And they were going to send my brother on, just send him, but you can't separate twins in school. Doesn't work. No, does not work. So my mom pulled us out, and then we began homeschooling at the start of the 5th grade, and we were homeschooled up until graduation from high school and Ogeechee Technical College. Well, one of the most noticeable differences between homeschooling and public schooling is the amount of people. So homeschooling, you got a student-teacher ratio of about 1, 1, or 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. But you go to public schooling and you got 21, 25, 1, 30, 1. And it's almost just more effective for the 3, 1, 2, 1. But and another aspect of the environment that changes is that with just those fewer students, you take away a lot of the factors of peer pressure, distraction, or pretty much a lot of the other things that you don't want to have your child around. You just change the environment completely. And one of the things that you take away is that your child doesn't get bullied or isn't involved in bullying or any of the other traits that you just don't want. As with my experience in homeschooling, there's the option for, I had ADHD and my eyes. We had the option of changing the material to tailor it to suit me and my brother and our learning abilities and learning styles. While reading in English, we kind of slowed down a bit and just took it back. Math and all the other things that me and my brother were really good at, we were 1, 2 grades ahead and just moved right through those. We were like in the 5th grade, and I'm not sure what. We started the 5th grade, and I think we were doing high school or middle school or something math. Can't remember. Algebra, I don't know. The customization of the customization of our material and choices we were allowed to make in doing the courses allowed a lot more effectiveness of our homeschooling experience, and it allowed our mother to choose the material based on what was good for us, not what the public school system wanted us to learn. And some people think it'll be hard to find resources when you're homeschooling, but my mom, she found them just fine. And there's also another book out there. There's a book called, what was it called? Fascinating Facts About, no, that's not it. Where's the book? Oh, here it is. Creative Homeschooling, a Resource Guide for Smart Families. It provides pages and pages of resources and internet resources of just where you can get these books and other material. It also gives in the beginning of the book, it gives reasons why you should or shouldn't homeschool if you just fall into certain categories. The Later on in that book, the same book, it gives more. Later on in the book, it gives more details on the parents' side of the situation, and throughout the whole book, in the middle of the whole book, between chapter 1 and chapter 8, is all focused on um, the student's ability to learn effectively. Another book I found was So You're Thinking About Homeschooling. So You're Thinking About Homeschooling gives about, I think it's 15 different stories of different families and their experiences of homeschooling. One of them is like ours. It was telling how a mother was having to do with her child's ADHD. In public schooling, he was getting D's on his math test, and when she would take him home to study, he would just be playing around, goofing off, sitting upside down in the chair while she's trying to teach him something. And then she would ask him the questions, and he would get all of them correct. No, nothing, just all of them correct. And later on, there's another one of those stories of a 15-year-old student who goes on to graduate high school at 16 with a 1450 on his SAT. So there are several myths about homeschooling as well. First is that homeschooled students are deprived of social interactions with others their age. But you can get that anywhere in this community. Like in Statesboro, you can go down to the Splash in the Borough and take swimming lessons with people your age. You can go to Mill Creek and play baseball and soccer. You can go right over here and play baseball and with other throughout the community. But there's plenty of opportunities for social interaction with anyone the student's age. You can even come to church for that. But another one, the second myth is that homeschool is no school. Well, the book I talked about, So You're Thinking About Homeschooling, those examples that it gives are take the homeschooling as no schooling and just throws it out the window. It's false. It's a false myth. And there's a third homeschooling myth. It's that homeschool students are just a little bit off and not as good as public school kids, but homeschool kids, they get better grades than on average, based on the homeschooling website that I found. A fascinating facts about homeschooling versus public schooling. It gave many examples of how homeschooling students' statistics are better than public schooling statistics on average. When even based on a study by the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, homeschool students ranked in the 77th percentile on the against their local school systems, where the local school systems were in the 55th. That's 19 points. That's just 19 levels of difference right there, with the homeschooling coming out on top. And it goes for college as well. There's about, let's see, where is it? There's about a 10% difference for the graduation rate of homeschool kids versus public school kids when they get to college. And the GPA at the beginning and end of college is also about 0.3 points off of, with the homeschooling being higher. Well, today, over 2 million students are studying at home, and this is 75% greater than the 1999 numbers. Well, homeschooling isn't for everyone. It's often far better opportunity for it's often a far better opportunity for the families who can commit and take personal control over their students' education.
I'm assuming there might be some expense for materials that must be borne by the family. Is that true, or is it significant?
I was never really sure, but what was your experience with that?
We did have to purchase some material, but there again, it's up to each individual family. You can get just about everything you need online, and then, you know, if you choose to purchase different materials, that's generally up to the family.
Do you have to take stuff like CRCTs and EOCTs?
Yes. We usually scored higher than our local school. Me and my brother just, Anybody else? No? Okay.
Good job.